Today I want to talk about edge banding. Edge banding is a process used to hide the edges of plywood. It's purely cosmetic. It just makes the plywood appear to be a solid piece of lumber. The easiest way that I've found to do this, and the way I prefer, is to get a piece of stock and rip it down to the size you want. I usually do about 3/16, sometimes a little thick, and then always trim it to the thickness of the plywood. Sure. And then all you need to do is glue it and nail it to the edge of the plywood. One other thing that you could do is there's plenty of trim pieces that are already 3/4 wide, and they would give the edge a little bit more of a decorative finish. I'm not quite sure what that one's called, but kind of have a 3/hump thing going on. This is called window stop. Again, it's 3/4 wide. It gives a little bit more decorative finish. You could always do the same way I showed earlier, but with a contrasting wood. There's a project in particular I might be doing this on later, I'm not quite sure yet, that gives you the kind of minimalist, clean line look, but still kind of takes it up a notch as far as aesthetics. This is a small piece of chair rail. If you don't mind having a lip, or if your project allows it, you can get thicker pieces of trim, and it'll give the illusion of a thicker overall material. You'll see these on tables sometimes and countertops, stuff like that. Another thing you can do is buy rolls of this really thin wood edge banding that has heat activated glue on the back of it. You put the strip on there and you run an iron across it, and it activates the glue on the underside of the banding. Whoa. And then you take something like a block of wood, sometimes there's rollers, and you want to apply pressure to make sure the glue sets. So the one advantage to this is that you can use it right away. There's no glue to dry like the ripped one. Once this glue is set, you're good. You do have to come back and trim the edges because this is going to be thicker than the plywood. So you come back, you trim that, and you're ready to go. You can cut it. Just continue on with your project. That's kind of it for edge banding. It's one of those things you see people in videos do all the time, but they usually have their set way of doing it already, and they don't show you all the options, and that's why I wanted to make this video. If you work with plywood a lot, it's something that you're probably going to do on a regular basis, and I just feel like knowing all the options makes you a better carpenter. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.